Sure. So anyways, we're going to keep going. Rich had met Tammy in Nashville at a health and wellness conference and found out about these awesome patches. Rich gave me a call and he said, Laura, I found something that I think you're really going to love for your Crohn's disease, and not only your Crohn's disease, but overall health and wellness. It'll be great for Kyler's health and wellness and your entire family. So I was like, well, tell me about it. What is it? And so he told me it was a patch. And at first I thought, oh, just another vitamin patch, because there's all kinds of vitamin patches out there, right? And I wasn't too thrilled until I found out this was not a vitamin patch. This was putting nothing in my body. And it was actually amazing when I started to hear all the testimonials and results that people are having with it. So what's the first thing that I did naturally was Google, right? What do we all do? We go to Google, and I Googled Crohn's disease and stem cells. Like, what kind of research is going on for this? And I saw studies from the Mayo Clinic. And then I started just typing in any disorder, fibromyalgia, lupus, all these things. And there's tons of research. It's a buzzword all over the medical community and science right now, trying to figure out how to help people regenerate their stem cells to help with better health and not cost $5,000, $10,000, right? So these little patches actually just go on your body and are going to help regenerate your stem cells, which is super exciting. So we'll get started. I want Kyler to share with you guys about how stem cell activation patches work.
Yes, so I'll just get started with what stem cells are in general and why they are important for us. So stem cells are the only cell in our body that has the ability to regenerate and repair damaged cells. So stem cells actually go and they can turn into that type of cell to help repair and replace those damaged or sick or dying cells. So at the age of 30, which we're already past ourselves, I was surprised to hear that half of your stem cells are already dormant. So only about half of them are actually actively working to repair. And by the age of 60, you are almost totally almost all of your stem cells are dormant in your body, which is why you start seeing the aging signs. So the aches, the pains, maybe easier to get ill, harder to recover from injuries, the wrinkles, the hair loss, all that stuff that we are going to show you how we can turn that clock back.
Yeah, awesome. And how do stem cells actually work? Because everyone's like, well, how is this little patch actually going to generate stem cells when this patch isn't putting anything into your body, which I think is fascinating. So just like the sun shines down on you, right? And your body creates vitamin D, which we all love. And we all know that, right? Like if you're outside, and we barely get the sun right now, I guess here in Minnesota, but we're waiting. We're done with the snowstorms. But generally, when the sun shines, you create vitamin D, right? So that we all know that, right? So we are light beings, right? And so what happens is these patches are activated when you put them onto your skin, and they're made of nano organic crystals. Okay. So nano crystals, and they're all organic, and they're put together in the very particular formation in the patch so that it's activated to activate your copper peptides inside of your body. And when your copper peptides are activated, those reactivate your stem cells. It's like way scientific, but actually once you just start breaking it down and learning, it's really not that complicated. But it's really fascinating that our founders, the next slide here quick, I'm going to jump over to David Schmidt. He actually invented these and has over 130 patents. He's a scientist and inventor. He started out working for the military and wanted to find out how could he make they asked him to make a patch, or he made a patch so that people would be able to stay up and have energy and burn their fat in their body to create energy versus just using caffeine and stimulants for energy. So he's a super intelligent man. So over the last, I think it's 10 or 12 years, he's been researching on how to activate stem cells through the own light of our body. So super fascinating, super intelligent guy. I'll skip back to this slide here. As far as our company goes, LifeWave, I think this slide is a little outdated because I know last month we've done even more than this. So it's actually, yeah, this slide is outdated because we're now an almost 21-year-old company. And we went from 20 million to 280 million when they introduced the stem cell patches. Okay. So that is pretty fascinating. This one product in itself does 80% of the volume of our entire company, just this one patch alone. So we're open in over 80 countries now. It says 75 on the slide, but it's actually, we're open in over 80 countries across the world. We have distribution centers in Ireland as well as in California. So we can quickly ship out, and we have the ability to produce and ship out. Once we become $1 billion company, we have enough to produce for all of that, which is awesome. So we're prepared because we're in momentum right now and everyone's hearing about this. After I found out about this was fascinating because I've shared my life through social media throughout all the years. But after I found out about stem cell patches, I had only heard about this, and I actually realized I had heard about it a few years ago from a friend and didn't listen, which now I regret, because had I started 2 years ago, I'd probably be even further. I can't even imagine what my health would be like. But I've had 3 friends in the last 8 weeks message me about these patches because they've just found out about them as well. So everyone's finding out about them. So you're lucky to be here today to learn more as well. So Tyler, you want to go through our patents?
So this, unlike a lot of products that you see who are kind of like a Me Too product, like, you know, somebody had developed a product and then all these other companies are jumping on, okay, they're going to make their own version of this. This is the only stem cell activation patch on the market, and the only way to get these is through LifeWave because of all of the patents that he did make sure to have on these when he invented them, and they continue to ensure that.
Yeah.
So it's a good product that, I mean, this is the only place that you can get this type of medical technology. It's a technology, really. It's not really a product. It's actual technology, and that's how they create it in the facilities. It's a very scientific operation.
So, and the cool thing is that patent, it just means that nobody can copy us, because it's so easy when somebody creates something in weight loss and then somebody duplicates it, right? And you find it all over, right? Not here, because he's done over 10 years of research on this. He's got hundreds of different patents on it. So we've got a product that no one else has, and it's amazing. That's why if you ever listen to, which we're happy to share with you, any other calls, there's lots of chiropractors, acupuncturists, cardiologists, medical doctors, all using these patches with their patients now, because so many people, I feel like over the last 3 years, when we've went through this whole pandemic, it's been like people have been open to alternative medicine and natural healing of their body versus all these pharmaceuticals. So it's very exciting. And it's nice to see that we have this product that no one else has too. So what's it work on, Mr. Hansen?
Oh boy, we could go on, but some of the main things that people are using these for is a huge one is the pain relief. So we'll share some testimonials here in a moment, but rapid pain relief, and we're talking in some instances instant pain relief after applying the patch. And then also inflammation. So we have a patch that specifically is for reducing inflammation in your body. Wound healing. It's amazing what these can do to heal wounds faster and more just supporting wound healing. And then the energy, vitality. I'll talk a little bit about that later too in my own experience. You want to do those ones?
And then mental clarity. If you're working out, it definitely enhances sports performance, faster recovery when you are exercising, which is nice. And then it definitely helps improve your skin. I personally have just seen my skin is so much softer. I've had really bad dry scalp, which has improved, which is pretty awesome. And one of the things that I just heard somebody say the other day, which I loved, is everyone experiences results in different times, right? A lot of these issues or diseases or things that we're dealing with in life, we didn't just acquire yesterday. Like I've had Crohn's disease for over 20 years. So I don't expect this miracle patch to go on me and like fix all of my Crohn's disease issues in like a week or even 30 days, but I know if I'm consistent and persistent in wearing my X39 patch every single day and regenerating my stem cells, that I'm going to see results, which is exciting. This is awesome though. After the first few days, within 24 to 36 hours of just activating your stem cells, 4,000 genes begin to reset. That's fascinating. Within 6 weeks, your brain starts to become balanced and you'll see decreased symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, depression. These are not, I mean, the reason why we can make these claims is because these are clinical studies that have been done with, you know, placebos and with the real product, and people, these are real proven results, which is fascinating and amazing. It literally begins to balance your brain. And then within 3 months, your collagen is increased throughout your skin, which is amazing. You'll see decreased wrinkles, increased hair growth. We did a couple of booths that we set up with, and I said, gosh, all of our testimonial books, the visuals that you can see are like people's gray hair is now brown again. The guys with the bald spots are now filling in their hair, right? So these are the visual things you can see. I can't take a picture of somebody's hurt knee and then, oh, it doesn't hurt anymore. But a lot of those visual pictures are cosmetic things like the collagen, the hair growth increasing. But it also increases the structural integrity of bones in your skeletal system and your muscular system. And what that means is as we age, our bone density tends to decrease. And so we want to increase our bone density, right? And so this is definitely going to help with bone density and your muscular skeletal system as well. And then the most fascinating thing that I love is that within 6 months, all of the studies that they did shows that there's actual reversal of the age of your heart. So this one gal had went in and had blood tests done, and she was like 78 years old was the age of her heart. She went back 6 months later after using the X39 patches, and the doctor said the age of her heart was 35 years old, like a 35-year-old. Yeah. And they're like, what are you doing differently? And she said, this is the only thing I've done is done these patches, which is so fascinating. So the actual age reversal is amazing. And so it's not anti-aging like a cream you put on and it's going to take the wrinkles away. It's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. It's literally turning back the clock of your heart and your whole entire skeletal system, which is super cool. So really excited about that. But the one note I just want to tell you is some may see results right away, some may not, but you must be consistent and persistent in wearing it every day. And it's absolutely doing something within your body, right, which I think is so cool.
Well, it's going to target whichever area you need repaired first, or whatever most detrimental to your health and well-being. So it might be something that you can't see visually right away, but it is going to work on those areas.
Yes, absolutely. So awesome. The cool thing is if you want to learn more about our science or how the science works, all of that, you can just go to startx39.com, like this slide says, and you'll be able to see the clinical studies, all of the research, more information on David, all of that stuff is right there at startx39.com. So definitely feel free to check that out after the Zoom. Okay. I'm excited that Tammy's here. Hey, Tammy, thanks for joining us. I know she's super busy. She's over in Florida where the sun does shine, which is
I know. That's why I'm in a tank top. I actually had to dim my my window because the sun was so bright. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Definitely jealous about that. We're just buzzing right through these, and we did a recording, so we'll be able to share this as well, Tammy, which is awesome. So how to wear the patches, it's really simple. As you can see on the screen, it shows to wear it on the back of your neck, or like is that showing below your belly button, Tammy, or right in the middle of your belly? Is that showing below? Okay.
Yep, below your belly button.
Okay, so they did this in all of the studies, and these are also acupuncture points, right? So the meridian of our body, which is awesome. So you wear them 12 hours on and then 12 hours off. So I put mine on for 12 hours and then I'll either stick them on my kids' feet or I will put them on my dog's collar, because there's fascinating results with pets as well. And then you just toss the patch out in the morning and put a new one on to start your day. And it's so simple like that. But make sure, I think both of us experienced this, we were extremely thirsty when we started doing these.
So drink lots and lots of water to get the best results, and to avoid, there's been a lot of cases of like people experience headaches right away, and that's just, it's because you're not having enough water.
Yeah, it's like detoxing because it's like creating more stem cells throughout your body and your body's learning what to do. So
you
water is
can-
going to be essential.
I think you can wear them other places too if you
Yep.
prefer, but those are just where they had them placed for all of the studies, the clinical studies.
Yeah, awesome. And so now we have some awesome testimonials. I'm going to have Sheila share her testimonial. Then I'm going to have Tammy share her testimonial. Then I'm going to have, we'll share kind of what we've been experiencing as well. Sheila, are you able to unmute yourself or you want me to unmute you? Are you in a good spot to visit?
I think so. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yep, we can hear
Yep.
you.
Okay, cool. I'll even put myself on camera because you guys can see what I am doing.
Yay. Hello.
Can you see me?
Yep, we see you.
I don't see you guys. Let me see.
Well, we see your finger now. But
Okay, I flipped it. So I'm actually sitting on my bike
Nice.
upstairs in the loft, working out. But just to give you guys a little bit of background about me, is it on my face? I'm just going to set it
yep,
down.
it's on your face. Yep.
Okay. So, I've known Laura for about almost 20 years. Holy crap.
Yeah.
God, that
Time
makes me
flies.
old. So real quick, a little bit about me. I was diagnosed with lupus 7 years ago, and how it was discovered was actually by my dermatologist. And the reason is because I was having like dry, scaly patches on my skin, and it just wouldn't go away with anything. No steroids, nothing. And then one day she went in and kind of took a sample, sent it in for a culture. Well, that same day, I went for a 6-mile hike in Southern California, hiked to the top of a mountain, which was 3 miles, took my shirt off, and I didn't have sunscreen on my torso. That night, I broke into hives everywhere. Little did I know that that actually caused a blood clot to form in my leg, which is part of the lupus. So my dermatologist made me go get a D-dimer test, and lo and behold, the culture came back and she said, you have lupus. That's the good thing. Now we can treat you. Well, the thing with lupus, especially 7 years ago, is there's not a lot of information about it. Doctors always say, you have to take this medication, which is an anti-malarial, but they don't know why it works, but it does. It minimizes the symptoms. So I'm less allergic to the sun. I used to get weird random symptoms pop up. Sometimes I get floaters in my vision. Sometimes I get random back pains. Sometimes a couple spots in my legs will go numb. And one of the most recent symptoms that I've had is it's an illness associated with lupus, and it's called chilblains, which is usually it's an illness that you find in older people, and it's on your toes. What happens is the capillaries around your toe, your nail beds, actually burst. And the reason why it happens is because your feet are cold or poor circulation. Well, I'm 41 years old. I shouldn't have poor circulation. So if you want to share the pictures, because I don't know if I can do
I
that.
have them on my phone. I will show them. I don't have them on I'm on my computer right now.
Okay.
Actually, I could maybe, but
I started doing the patches 5 days ago, and I'm very into natural health. I don't expect quick fixes for anything, especially when it comes to well-being. As you can see, I'm on the bike. If I want to stay skinny, I got to work at it. So I've done everything that you can think of. Royal jelly, everything organic. I juice. I work out 5-6 days a week. I make my own lotions. I make my own bath soaps and shampoos. You name it, I've done it. Sometimes symptoms get better, sometimes they don't. I started the X39 5 days ago and the Eon. Within 3 days, I noticed a remarkable difference in my foot. And today is day 5. I definitely noticed a difference, but I'm running low because Laura sent me a sample. So yesterday I only put on half of a patch. I didn't seem to notice any significant difference, but having put it back on, a full patch back on today, because I'm waiting for my shipment to come, I've already noticed that the inflammation has gone down significantly in my foot where I have the chilblains. And Laura will share the pictures with you that I sent her, which is day 1 and day 3. And you can notice a huge difference. And I've had this going on 5-6 months now.
That's amazing. That's awesome. And this is what, can you imagine what it's going to do after 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? I mean,
Yeah.
entire
Right.
health and wellness, right? Like,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm very, very well in tune to my body. And so I notice things right away. Like the very first day I put it on, my whole body turned red. And I was kind of worried, but then I was like, because that's my body's natural reaction with the lupus, is it's saying, hey, you're allergic to me. Everything turns red. But I was like, you know what? I just feel like it's restarting something. So I just got to give it another shot, which I did. And then the second day, I actually noticed one specific spot on my head, which was tingling, and it tingled all day long. And when I looked up, when I Googled it to see what the area was, it was anxiety, it's the creative part of the brain, it's emotions. And Laura knows this, but I lost my second brother to PTSD just over a month ago. And I lost my second one, or my other brother, 2 years ago for the same reason. So my emotions, anxiety, depression has been through the roof.
right.
Day 3, I put the patches back on. I noticed that there was a different spot tingling in my brain, which is in the back part of my brain. And that's the part that has to do with spatial awareness and social awareness. And it makes sense. Now today, no tingling in my brain, which is, I think is a good thing. But that to me, it tells me that it's working on something somewhere.
I love that you're
Yeah.
so in tune with your body. I told Sheila that before, and I know she's always been very intuitive about her body and knowing that. And I'm not. Like, I'm kind of symptom driven. Like, I don't pay attention until I feel something or see something. So I love the fact that she actually could feel it and know that. So thank you so much, Sheila, for sharing. And I can't wait to continue to hear your awesome results. So awesome.
Yeah, of course. I'm excited to see the results also.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. So cool. Awesome. And then Tammy, do you want to unmute and share with us? Tammy has been using LifeWave for several years, and she can share her stories with you as well, which is fun.
Hey, Laura, thank you so much for
Yeah.
having me. And Sheila, that was such an awesome testimonial. Thank you for sharing with all of us and for encouraging us. I love how you shared that it's different for everyone, right? Somebody might feel something right away. They just know that they've got a little more energy, maybe some thirst, maybe sleep, or some things are impacted. But, as you guys said, the patches, when you apply it to your skin, it goes to work right away to elevate and activate your stem cells in your body. And then the exciting thing is what it does for you. So how did they come into my life? About 3 years ago, a really good girlfriend of mine from Florida, she knew I was 49 at the time. And I had a frozen shoulder on this side, that I always complained about to her. I literally could only move my arm to here. I just didn't have full range of motion. I'd taken a fall, 3 years earlier, and I'd tried everything, chiropractic care and all kinds of things. And I just, turmeric and natural solutions, I could not stop the stabbing pain or get range of motion. And the other thing that was going on, of course, I'm getting towards midlife, is I noticed I started to gain weight around my midsection. My sleep was horrible. I'm waking up 2, 3, 4 times a night. like literally insomniac, like texting my kids in the middle of the night, funny little Instagram, videos that I find. And every day they'd say, why are you texting me at 3 a.m.? I just couldn't sleep. And the other thing I would notice is I'd walk into a room and I just couldn't remember why the heck I was in my room. And I kept thinking to myself, why is this happening? Why do I have this brain fog and I'm not healing like I should? It's 3 years, my shoulder's not getting any better. I finally went to the doctor and they diagnosed me with a frozen shoulder that had 3 labrum tears. And they said, you have to have surgery if you want that fixed. So my girlfriend from Florida said, you know what? I think I have something for you that might be a solution. And so she literally flew to New Jersey, where I was at the time. She was in Florida, flew up. And she said, I've got these stem cell activation patches. She said, I know it looks like a little Band-Aid, but just stick it on your shoulder and wear it every day, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and see what happens in 30 days. So I thought, sure, I've got nothing to lose. So I put it on my shoulder. And the first thing I noticed is that night I slept 8 hours straight. And I started vividly dreaming, which I don't even think I could remember the last time I'd had a dream. So I knew I was getting deep sleep. I obviously was getting long sleep, which I hadn't had in probably a decade. So that was really exciting. And then the other thing I noticed is in about 3 days, my skin got really, really soft, and as I'm aging, into the 50s, I was noticing a lot of wrinkles. And I'm not personally, though I'm not opposed, not personally a fan of wanting Botox. So I was wondering, what am I going to do with all these wrinkles? So something that I didn't expect with these stem cells, though I was thinking I want shoulder repair, my skin started to smooth out. I'm sleeping better. I have more energy. Rather than dragging myself out of bed in the morning, I jumped up. I felt like clear-minded, like I had purpose. And I would say within the first week, I felt like this sense of joy, like returning in my life, rather than kind of stress and pain all the time. And then it was about 3 weeks till I had full range of motion again in my arm, and all the pain went away. So stabbing pain for 3 years and limited range of motion was completely resolved in 3 weeks. So that was pretty exciting. It got my attention and made me start to look at what are these stem cells. And later on, I found out, and I didn't know at the time, but stem cells are our body's repair system. And so all we're doing is activating and elevating our body's ability to repair itself. It took me about another 3 months. I did what, was recommended to wear for 90 days before I gave my evaluation of if they worked or not, of the X39. And within 90 days, my strength returned in my arm. And so many other neat things happened. Like I had a tooth that I had incredible pain. And actually they told me you're going to need to have this tooth removed. And I put an X39 and an Eon patch for inflammation right on where the pain was one night. And I woke up the next day and there was no pain whatsoever. And I've never had that happen. Normally I would have been in the dentist the next day. So that was really exciting. Those are two few things that I noticed happening for myself. The other thing is my hairdresser. She said, what are you doing to your hair? It just grows like crazy. My nails and my hair grow like crazy, and my hair is actually, it had been like gray for like grows at 100% gray, and I get it colored, of course, every other month. But even my hairdresser said, your hair is not so gray anymore. It's actually starting to grow back this like light brown that was my original color. So that's pretty exciting, for me to know that I can just put on a little patch and go about my day, and I can enjoy the benefits of energy and mental clarity, wound healing, pain reduction, skin, my skin, now I'm almost 52. And, all the wrinkles that I had around my eyes have all disappeared. The wrinkles on my forehead have all disappeared. So that's pretty exciting, to me, as you age, to know you have something that's literally, I look probably better than I did 10 years ago. Right. So yeah, amazing, simple, product to add to your family's, routine and regimen. easily fits into a family budget, and it saved me a lot of doctor visits over the last few years. So just the health freedom and confidence that that gave me has been, really miraculous for my family. And then what do you know? I ended up knowing a lot of other people that had some of those issues, and was blessed to be able to share that gift with them. And over the years, it's turned into an incredible business that retired me and allows me to stay home, now and work from home and be there for my kids and grandkids, and just to continue to see so many miracles happen with people and their health just from this little stem cell activation patch. So
It's
that's my story.
amazing.
I hope
Thank
you guys
you,
will all give it
Thank
a
you so
chance.
much
It's
for
amazing.
sharing that.
That's fascinating. It's so amazing. I feel like the stories are almost unreal until you experience it yourself. But I was listening because I'm immersing myself into learning about all of this and hearing testimonials. And I was listening. I always listen while I'm in the shower, right? I got a good hour in the bathroom usually each day. So I'm like listening to different things. I heard a lady this morning saying that her daughter had some sort of disease. She needed a transplant, but her body wasn't well enough. And so they were putting her on hospice. And literally within, I don't know, I think she was like a week of patching her. She wasn't in hospice. She went back to the doctor. She was qualified for transplant and all this stuff. And it was just amazing. Like, what is the fact of being on your deathbed to literally renewing your health and well-being? It just fascinates me of the power of stem cells. So, Tammy, one other thing I wanted to ask you is I feel like stem cells are such a buzzword right now, like such a buzzword online, social media, like health-wise. Like I literally did a Google search, like lupus, stem cells, fibromyalgia, stem cells, Crohn's disease, stem cells, like anything and stem cells, and everyone's doing research on it. What do you think, or why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think that people are realizing that natural solutions, right, that working in line with our body is the most powerful thing. And stem cells have always been our body's, natural repair system. I think the issue is that most people didn't realize, that they decline with age, by 35, half are dormant. By the time you're 60, I'm sure you told everyone, most of them are ineffective. And that's why we struggle to heal. But I think most people thought that was it. That was the solution. Unless you were the rich and famous and you could fly to Costa Rica and get a $20,000 shot, most people thought that was it. For most of all of us, we could just eat right, exercise, sleep, and hydrate, and that was the best we could do as we slowly, age. But what's so amazing is that now there is a solution, and when you hear online stem cells, I think, like you said, everybody realizes it's part of the regenerative medicine future, right? Everybody knows that it brings healing, the healing properties, that stem cells have. But a lot of things, like makeup that says they have it, it's really maybe plant stem cells, or it's something else, some other, form of stem cells that is a topical thing. What's so powerful about this technology and so unique about it is it activates your own stem cells. And that's the most powerful thing that your body needs, not somebody else's stem cells or not some other type of, stem cell application, but activating your own stem cells. It's really smart. It knows what your body needs and knows how to become your heart cells or your gut lining cells or your neurological cells or your skin cells. So activating your own is definitely superior as, a health and wellness and a regenerative, medicine that we need for our future. What's so neat about LifeWave is they're ahead of this. So everybody's kind of been talking about it, but they were thinking traditionally, like, going and getting stem cell shots or looking for different kind of therapies related to that. What the owner and inventor of LifeWave figured out was if we can personally put that technology in the average person's hand, we can impact the quality of their life. And all of us together, humanity, can enjoy the benefits of really bringing our body back into balance the way God, intended them to be, so that our bodies could heal themselves. So that's what's so neat about LifeWave. It's on the cutting edge of this. It's affordable technology. It's more powerful because it activates your own stem cells. And I think, we are positioned well because everybody's having these conversations. It's so easy to say, what do you know about stem cells? And most people know something about it. So we have an incredible product. We're positioned, in in an industry that is only growing and everybody wants to know more about. And we have an affordable solution that can benefit everyone.
Right. A cup of coffee a day, right? Like
That's it.
probably less than the
Yeah.
coffees at the coffee
Yeah,
shop.
less than a cup of coffee a day.
Thank you, Tabby. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
well
Tyler
said. Thank
share
you.
his kind of results so far. He's been using it for about 6 weeks, I think, or
About 5 weeks,
Okay.
I believe. Yeah. So Laura got on them first and started telling me about some of her experiences. So I said, "Oh, give me one of those. Let me try that." And anyways, as like Tammy said, it was very similar. The first night, um, I couldn't believe the sleep that I got that first night.
Mhm.
I've been having trouble sleeping, not terribly, but like a full 8 hours has been pretty rare for me. I don't know, in the last 10 years. Anyways, that first night, deep sleep. And yeah, the dreams, because she often shares her dreams with me. I mean, before we started patches, and I mean, I've always said I don't have any dream. I don't remember any of my dreams ever. And it's kind of a bummer. Like I remember dreaming as a kid, but I've been having some crazy intense dreams since putting these patches on, and just the best sleep I've ever had in my life, which in turn has given me the most energy I have in my daily job. I teach kindergarten, which can be very draining, but I have found that over these last 4 or 5 weeks, I am totally clear-headed. Like I'm finding more joy in it. I mean, I've always loved it, but it can be a grind sometimes. But I'm just like firing on all cylinders. I feel like this last month at work, I have more energy when I get home. Usually, I'm just ready to go to bed, but I have a lot of energy. I've also been noticing my skin clearing up. I've been struggling with, I don't know, adult hormonal acne, I guess, just kind of popped up maybe 2 years ago. And it's been like, yeah, it's been draining my self-esteem. It's just been horrible. And we've been to dermatologists and they just want to give me a bunch of prescriptions that I don't believe that are safe for my well-being. So anyways, I've already been seeing some of that skin clarity, which
Mhm.
is awesome. It's only been 4 or 5 weeks. And my hair is definitely, I feel I've always had thin hair. My whole family does, my dad and brothers, and I do already have, a receding hairline, but I can feel like a thicker head of hair that's coming. And so I'm excited to see more of that coming in. And
That's awesome.
but yeah, I mean, like the sleep was the very first night, and that's what stuck me to it. And I was like, okay, I'm putting those on again just for that alone. I would buy these for, honestly, but that's just an awesome benefit, like a side effect almost,
Yeah.
because I know it's doing way more than that in my body. So, oh, in my back, I've had horrible back spasms since high school wrestling. I had like a injury. I was at the chiropractor on and off. And it was just so once every month I get like this 3 minute just pulsing horrible pain where it's like I can hardly even breathe, like to try to take deep breaths, and it just pretty much floors me. And I have not had it even one time in the last 5 weeks. So I mean, usually happens once a month. So I'm just like, oh, I'm hoping that that's out the
Gone too.
window as well. But yeah, those are just some of the things that I've experienced so far. And then Laura's gonna
Yeah.
share hers.
Awesome. Yes, it's so good, especially with kids. We need to be sleeping at night, even when they crawl in bed with us, right? So, for myself, I did get started because of my Crohn's disease. I actually went back to the Mayo Clinic here in Minnesota and did a baseline colonoscopy 2 weeks after starting the patches because I wanted to be able to compare that 6 months and a year from now when I go back for another colonoscopy. The treatment that I was actually using right now for my Crohn's disease was Entyvio infusions to take down the inflammation in my colon. About a year ago, when I went in for my Crohn's, my entire colon was about 75% inflamed with ulcers, just layers of ulcers in there. And so it was spasming. 2 years ago, or in 2020, actually, it's almost 2.5 years ago now. I had my intestines restructured so that I have a stoma now to give my colon a rest, and my colon was still freaking out and it's not even connected. So it was getting really frustrating, and all the doctors would keep telling me is you need to remove your colon, you need to remove your colon. And that's like $100,000 surgery, major surgery, bed rest, all this stuff. And I was like, there's got to be another way. So I started this Entyvio just to help take down the inflammation, but lots of side effects with that, right? Of course, with any pharmaceuticals, there's a list of side effects and chance of death and all this other crazy stuff, right? So normally about 2 weeks before I go back for my next infusion, I start to have symptoms because it wears off right out of my body. So I should have had my infusion about 2 weeks ago. And so about 4 weeks ago, I should have started seeing symptoms. So I was 4 weeks into using the patches and no symptoms, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And then the day that I was supposed to go, I saw it on my calendar and I'm like, oh, I'm symptom free. Like, and I haven't had anything, like no sense of urgency, no nothing. And I was feeling so good that I pushed it out a month, which is good. So I'm like, it's on the calendar in case I need it, right? Later. But right now I'm going to let my body heal naturally and do this because I don't have any symptoms right now, right? So I know that the great thing about these patches is it goes to the part of the body because what is it, pluripotent? So they go where needed, right? So if you went and paid $5,000 or $10,000 for injections on your shoulder, it's just going to work right there, right? For stem cell injections. But with ours, they're pluripotent. So they create pluripotent stem cells that are going to go where they're needed throughout your body, which is so fascinating to me, right? So I also have psoriasis, another autoimmune disease that they just tell me, sorry, we don't know why. You're just one of those people that get autoimmune diseases. I'm like, oh, yay. So I also have psoriasis and I broke out from head to toe in psoriasis when I was like 21, but I still get patches on my elbows and then a couple on my legs. And those are going away, which is awesome. I can see those already diminishing. I had rosacea the last time I just went to the dermatologist a few months ago and she said, oh, now you have rosacea. And I'm like, fascinating. So that's already clearing up, which is great. Incredibly dry scalp. I think I sent Tammy pictures. I'm like, look how dry my scalp is. Will it help with this? And it is, which is so good. And my skin is just so soft for being 41 and just with the whole wanting to stay young and anti-aging. I'm fascinated. And I have religiously used skincare since I was like 13 years old. I've washed my face religiously to try to take care of my skin. So anything that's going to help my skin, I'm always fascinated with that. So I love the fact that it's helping benefit that as well. So I also, during my time of the month, my PMSing, I actually put the patch right below my belly button. No cramps. I didn't even know. I mean, it was just amazing. So fascinating, and loving our results. So good stuff. I don't think
Yes.
we really should read anymore
I
because
think
we
that was a good one.
can roll out. That's probably plenty. We were going to read some more, but go to startx39.com and you can read more testimonials and science and all of that great stuff as well. So we're going to buzz through this fairly quickly now, since we've shared lots of stories with you as well. One thing I want you guys to know is that there is, I've done direct sales before in the past and shared some things that I found and been a top leader in a couple companies. That's like a tongue twister. And really enjoyed it. But for the last few years, I've been working from home, loving it, have a full-time 40-hour-a-week job and enjoying that, and hadn't really found anything that really got me excited or that I wanted to share with anyone as far as that goes, right? As far as an opportunity. But this is pretty fascinating. So the reason I want to share this with you is because the fact, like I just said, this is a buzzword. Stem cells are amazing. It's out there. It's becoming more popular. We're going from $200 million to $300 billion industry, which is what I would just say as an explosion, right? Like the entire industry is exploding, which is just amazing. So with that being said, I always encourage people, like if you're going to order the stem cell patches, you can either pay retail and it's about $150 for a 30-day supply of these, or you can come in at wholesale and get them for basically buy two, get one free get them for $99 versus $150. And you actually you'll get a website with that and have the opportunity to share it with friends and family. So if you have somebody who wants to learn more, you'll have the website, you have the tools and resources. We have an amazing team. They've done all this work. I heard this and I love this. I had a guy say, he's like, you know what I love about this? And the reason why I love this industry is because it's like everyone wants to get into drop shipping and all this stuff right now. But with this, it's a company that all I have to do is, because I'm excited about this, right? I tell people about products I get at Target or anywhere else and I get excited about it. Well, these, I'm already telling everyone about it. And I have a company that's going to go do the marketing for me, going to warehouse the products, create the products, ship the products for me, do all the work for me. And all I have to do is send them to the website to order them, right? So making it super simple, which is awesome. So with that being said, there's absolutely an opportunity to build an awesome organization here and lots of money to be made during this explosion in the industry as well. There's up to a 25% check match as you start to build a team, and it goes down from there. Would be happy to share more about this in more detail with anyone that's interested. And then we also have just an amazing team, and we've got the best upline support, including Tammy and Marcy and Onyx and Rich and all these wonderful people that are here that have created all the tools and resources for us to utilize to literally build an awesome empire for ourselves and our family and give us some financial freedom and just some extra spending money. Hey, right? Who couldn't use a couple extra $100 a month? So really awesome about that as well. But our build331.com is another website that is set up absolutely for us with every resource and tool that we could ever want or need. And so I love that. And then it's just like an awesome opportunity for anyone. I work full-time, Kyler works full-time, but we're still finding time to be able to share this because we're so
And I
excited
think
about what it
the
is.
reason that we're finding time is because you're sharing something that could change somebody's life and they could save their life, and it's
Right.
something that matters, and to us and hopefully to you if you know somebody who can benefit. I mean, this is a great shot to give them better health.
There's so many products out there where it's like, you know, I've been in the food industry or cosmetic industry or things like that. And if I share those with you, it's not necessarily going to potentially save your life. Where with this, it's literally a product that can literally help improve and extend the lifespan of somebody and the quality of their life, right? So it's just absolutely amazing. And I'll let Tammy say her last few words if you'd like to close us out, Tammy.
Yeah, I would say, you know, what's so amazing about this product is it's such a simple solution to put health freedom back into your family, to put, you know, money in an economic downtime back in your pocket by blessing your family with better health and blessing everybody you love and care about. So for me, you know, it made amazing sense because I experienced the power of it. We have a product that works for everybody on the planet that has a cell, plant, I mean, everyone, person, old, young, pet, child, everyone can benefit from our products. Everybody desperately needs it. And with all of the uncertainties out there, better immunity, less visits to the doctor. So it's incredible. I would really tell you to look into it for yourself, experience it. You have nothing to lose. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So get yourself patching and see what it does for you and your family. I would love to hear about what it's doing for you and for you to join us on the next 90 days of a patching journey.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming on today and sharing with us. And we'd be happy to get back together with anyone that's interested in just getting your patches ordered and starting the patching journey with us, because I've never experienced anything like this and it's pretty exciting. So
yeah, we can give you more information, or if you have any questions about anything, we're happy to help out.
yeah, awesome. So thank you all. Does anyone have any questions right now that they'd like to have answered? We're good? Awesome. Well, we went a little over our expected time anyways today. We were trying to keep it to 30-40 minutes, but you know what? I
good.
love that we were able to share all the details and information with you
Laura,
today. So yeah.
I do have a question. I
Sure.
put it in chat, but I don't know if you saw it or not.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. She mentioned about the inflammation. There's a patch. Tammy used the patch, the X39 and another patch. Do you need both of those? Is it recommended? Because
So
I have inflammation.
then the great thing is you could use X39 and it's going to take care of everything over time.
Okay.
If you want to enhance your results and get there faster, you can use our Eon patch, which is specific for inflammation. So I use that because I obviously know I have inflammation in my colon,
Okay.
right? So I slap that right on my rear end, to be quite honest. And then I put the X39 on. The reason why is the X39 will definitely go to work, but it's going to take a little bit longer because that inflammation tends to eat the new the stem cells, right? Because it's inflammation and they're angry. So
Okay.
if you want to enhance it, you can take down the inflammation and the stem cells are going to work even faster and better if you take down the inflammation. So there's always that option, and we can kind of show you what options or packages are available with that
Okay.
as well.
Awesome. So I know I have inflammation, so I'd want to do both.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Mhm.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Anyone else have any questions? Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you all so much. I appreciate you guys being here today and
You guys.
learning more about this awesome stem cell journey that we're on. And
And
we will be
hopefully-
excited to share more with you.
And hopefully we'll do a few more of these here in the future and
Yeah.
kind of get more in depth next time if we need. And yeah, we're excited
Wow,
to.
great job. That was so inspiring. Thank you guys so much for sharing with us.
Yeah,
thank you for joining.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So we appreciate you guys, and we will send out this recording if anyone else wants to see it, and we will be happy to visit with each and every one of you about your health concerns and help you get started. Thanks,
Thank you.
Tammy. Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Sunday, guys.
Thanks,
Have a-
everyone. Nice to meet
Have a-
you.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Have a great Sunday.
Yep.